Hi everyone, I am Kim with Abundant Life Tarot, and you guys know that. This is specifically for my tarot study group folks, those who are endeavoring studying the decks that I've been discussing. Right now it's been the Herb Crafters Tarot, and then we are going to the Hoodoo Tarot. I have already started working with the Hoodoo Tarot. I've been, it's a deck that I've used in the past, but in preparing for the study group, I have been having the most amazing experiences on and off the reading table, and I'm just excited and blown away. So, oh my goodness, I just wanted to give you guys a quick tip. And this tip actually came from one of our members in the group. She said, don't be like her and not have a journal. And so I am starting a fresh new journal, fresh and new, for the Hoodoo Tarot study group. But I have still been working with the Herb Crafters Tarot quite a bit. Now that we've done this deep dive into it, I now use it regularly. And that is why I think doing a tarot study thing in your life is very beneficial. I used to not be in a space of wanting to do that. I wanted to gain a lot of decks, and then I was like, in the future, I will start to deep dive into them. Well, the future is now, and now I get to do that with you all. So I had a journal, and I love something pretty to write in. And like I said, it's going to be my tarot study journal. I was kind of parsing my entries, my journal entries, and half on my computer because I type pretty fast. So it's easier for me to type my thoughts versus to handwrite it. But then over time, I started writing in different journals, and all my notes were everywhere. So I want them all in one spot for my tarot study. So if you have a nice, cool journal, grab it. If not, a composition book will do just fine. Actually, it would be perfect. You don't need anything fancy. You don't need fancy pens or pencils. Just pen to paper on any readings that you did, any daily draw things that were like, whoa, mind-blowing. Like there was like something that was predicted in your readings, or what spreads you like to use, or what comes up for you when you use, like how do you feel generally speaking when you use the deck day to day. There's so many different ways to interact with a deck holistically that the sky's the limit, and it starts with just writing about your tarot study experience. So I wanted to do this little quick video just to say this is a basic tool that you would need. Now, for those of you who are not, and I have to apologize for the background noise, it's small quarters, walls echo, echo. So that my husband's talking to his mom long distance, so he gets very animated. Anywho, I digress. It's important to really engage with this process of studying a deck, diving into it, right? We're not just pulling it off and looking at it. We are called to look at it on a very regular basis. And I want to have a rigorous kind of like schedule for us where we're like, okay, here's what we're going to talk about this week. Here's some lessons we need to discuss in the comment section. Here's what we need to be focusing on to really dive in. And also revelations that come up as you're using the deck. How do you feel in your gut? What comes up for you? Sometimes it might come up that you're not really feeling the deck. That's, when you're doing a book study and you're reading the book and you're like starting to get an impression of like, this is not what I thought, or not really feeling it. That is interesting, right? And that's some information to put into your tarot study journal. So I wanted to say that you don't need that's what I was going to say. You don't need to use the Hoodoo Tarot or the Herb Crafters Tarot. I just chose these decks because they're readily available. I always mention that. It's like for the tarot study group, when I'm doing it for the masses and not for a smaller group, like I may in the future, just like I've mentioned before, where I might do an independently produced deck versus a mass market. And we could do a tarot study with that, and I'll see how much interest there is in that, and we'll see about it. I don't know, no guarantees, because I know people appreciate being able to easily get a deck that's a part of a tarot study, right? I mean, that makes it so much better. I like to have more people participating, so for the masses, hence the mass produced. I'm being silly right now. I did a couple of readings, so I'm kind of, but I wanted to get on here and say one tool that is very important that our dear one mentioned in the group. Get you a journal. Get yourself a journal and start jotting down stuff and ideas on what you want to throw into the mix in the Facebook group, the tarot study, like where we're at primarily. I'm all over the place. Sorry, guys, but get yourself a journal. I'm trying to think of any other important things. Prepare to do the initial work with the Hoodoo Tarot now. Like what we've been doing in the Facebook group is recommending books and resources, online resources, different places we can maybe, gather certain things. We're still, very much in the recovery process of the pandemic. And so not everything's readily available. So people are putting resources. I have a feeling as we gather up our things that we need for our tarot study, then the conversation is going to go deeper. But it's awesome because there's been book recommendations. So I've been poring over books on my Kindle, on my library. I still have access to to be able to download audio or ebooks. Audiobooks, I've been just consuming and reading, getting ready for the Hoodoo Tarot and I'm realizing, this is important work that I'm doing this month in brushing up on my understanding of the Hoodoo that we are going to do. It's been amazing just doing the reading and having so many moments of familiarity of thinking of my grandmother, my dear grandmother, who people would call her superstitious, but no, it was like she was, someone who was into spiritualism. She was someone who, we would probably say, she's a root worker. I mean, she had a garden, a beautiful garden that she would have me help her with. And it was just, I've been having all these memories pinging, and I'm fortunate to be able to talk to my mother who's here, not here, but I can just call her up and ask her questions like, I remember this. Can you tell me a little bit more about that? So it's been an amazing experience thus far, just in the preparation for next month's tarot study kickoff for the Hoodoo Tarot. But I gave y'all a month. I gave you a month to get the deck if you don't have it yet, to start brushing up on some information that you would like to, so you could really, when we start looking at some of the majors or any of them, really, any of the cards in the deck, and there's certain references, we could be like, oh yeah. And I've already had those moments because I've been using the Hoodoo Tarot this week, spot on, bang on, readings, and I can't wait, y'all. I cannot wait. So join the Facebook group if you really want to interact with me, because that's where I'm actively at for the tarot study group. I'm not going to mention this again. Y'all know. I'm just going to knock on it. And share in the comments. When I post videos here, if you're not into Facebook, that's understandable. That's fine. I will try to be considerate of those who are not. I will have things on my website. You'll be able to see different content there, on Instagram, on, obviously YouTube when I'm posting some videos on the cards or maybe interviews. I'm hoping. And then also in Facebook. Facebook is definitely where it's happening. So if you're on Facebook already and you want to be a part of a really loving and cool group, then head on over to Abundant Life Tarot group on Facebook. All right, that's it, guys. I do like to do these little touch bases for my peeps who are doing this with me. I know this is not for everyone. The deck is not for everyone, and that is okay, right? The next tarot deck may be the one that you want to deep dive into. So, you know, this is going to be an ongoing thing here on the channel and here for the time being. And if only a few of us are doing it, I don't really care, because I really enjoy doing this. This makes me feel good about my deck collection. The idea that I get to go deeper with them and get to know them better, and then also not just the tarot study deck, but looking at other decks I have and seeing how they all inform my meanings. And I love reading for people. So I'm always wanting to gain insight on what people think about certain meanings of cards. That is how we are constantly learning and growing in tarot. Like, it's not just a one and done. A lot of people think, oh, I'm going to hurry up and learn all this information and then I'm just going to be ready to go. It's a constant feeding of your knowledge of the card meanings, of your intuitive hits. It's a storehouse. So when you do things like a tarot study group and you're intimately getting aware with your deck and the meanings to you for all of the 78, that's a win. So just saying, share it, let people know about it, especially if you know they love a particular deck. Let them know. They may not know about Abundant Life Tarot, so I can't do all the publicity. I could just be here making the content for you all. All right, guys, take good care, and I'll see you all around. And ciao for now.